Hello, and welcome to the 20th Annual Elected Women's Luncheon. We are so glad you are here with us today. My name is Laurel Druk, and I'm the president of the Marin Women's Political Action Committee. Our mission works to increase women's political participation, recruit, train, and support pro-choice candidates for election and appointment to public office. Today is International Women's Day. It is a time to recognize the incredible women who continue to break barriers, inspire change, and shape the world around them. Many of those women are in this room today. As we continue to celebrate the strength and the resilience of women around the world, may we uplift, empower, and support each other all year round. Women, we have power, and voting is how we voice our power. I'd like to take a moment to ask the MWPAC Board of Directors to stand at this time so that we can acknowledge their dedication and time to our mission and organization. I'd like to thank our champion year-round sponsors at the $500 level, Greg Brockbank and Tamara Hall, Dennis Rodoni, and Jed Smith.
Can you just ask who the Venmo lady was? Someone volunteered to take money for us from Venmo.
Yes. Yes.
Did you ask?
Yes. Yes.
Someone wants to buy tickets.
Okay. Sounds
Thanks
good.
so much.
Yes. Become a member yet, we encourage you to do so today. There are membership cards on your table. The support of our members and sponsors sustains the work we do now and for years to come. Thank you for your consideration. I'd also like to thank the Diamond sponsors for today's event, Dennis Rodoni and Tamara Hall. Next, as tradition holds, I'd like to recognize our elected women. A huge part of our mission is to support the elected women into elections of women into public office. We are so happy that we have so many elected women in the room with us today. Please hold your applause until the end. There's very many. Fel Agracius, Trustee, County Board of Education. Mary Beth Bushy, Council Member, City of San Rafael. Kate Collin, Mayor, City of San Rafael. Christine D. Berry, South Marin Fire District Director. Maureen Deneva Marsh, Trustee, San Rafael School Board. Rachel Farrak, Member of the Novato City Council. Lori Fergoli, Marin County District Attorney. Catherine Hilliard, South Marin Fire District Director. Bonnie Hugh, Trustee, Marin City Sausalito School Board. Julie Jacobson, Trustee, Novato Unified School District. Pat Johnstone, Chair of the Marin Democratic Party. Rachel Kurtz, Member of the San Rafael City Council. Magali Lametta, Trustee, Novato Unified School District. Crystal Martinez, Trustee of the College of Marin. Stephanie Moulton-Peters, Supervisor of the Marin District 3. Lee Delpan, Trustee, County Board of Education. Katie Rice, Supervisor, Marin District 2. Mary Sackett, Supervisor, Marin District 1. Shelley Scott, Marin County Assessor and Recorder. Juan Dean Trainer, Trustee of College of Marin. Catherine Way, Vice Mayor of Larkspur City Council. And Suzanne Wernick, Member of the Novato City Council. Oh, thank you. Holly Thier, Vice Mayor of Tiburon. Oh, we're going there. We also have some amazing elected men who are our supporters and build spaces and leadership opportunities for women. They are Scott Candell, Mayor of Larkspur City Council, Summer Castle, representing Senator Mike McGuire, Damon Connolly, Assembly Member for California District 12, Eric Lucan, Supervisor, Marin District 5, Gabe Paulson, Member of the Larkspur City Council, Dennis Rodoni, Supervisor of Marin District 4, Gabby Sharka, representing Congress Member Jared Huffman, and Jed Smith, Board Member, Marin Municipal Water District. Now it is with my esteemed pleasure that I ask Supervisor Katie Rice to the front. On behalf of MWPAC, I'd like to thank you for your unwavering dedication spanning over 2 decades in our community, including your remarkable 13-year tenure as District 2 Supervisor. Your pivotal contributions have been instrumental in numerous successful endeavors, notably the establishment of the Marin Wildfire Protection Authority, which spearheads proactive, state-of-the-art wildfire protection and preparedness efforts countywide. Furthermore, your tireless efforts resulted in securing Project Home Key funding, leading to the creation of 1251 South Alicio, permanent supportive housing for some of Marin's most vulnerable residents. Your steadfast commitment to safeguarding Marin's environmental treasures is evident as a graduate of the Marin Environmental Forum, as well as your service on the esteemed bodies such as the California Coastal Commission and the Bay Area Quality Management District. Katie, please accept this Breaking the Glass Ceiling pin as recognition and thanks for your hard work and dedication to women countywide.
Well, this is so nice. Too nice. I want to thank Laurel, you and the entire Marin Women's PAC team for putting on this event and everything you do all year to bring women together, women electeds together, to support folks thinking about running for office, and to put our collective energy towards doing small things, medium things, and large things that help really lift up our communities in as many ways as possible. I have just a few words, because Barbara said I had 1 minute. And my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors are going to be amazed if I keep it to that. First of all, you all know I'm here for the rest of the year. So, yes. So that is 10 months. Actually, it's 9 months and 23 days. And yeah, but who's counting? Anyway, me and my team, Fela Grelius and my new aide, Zach DeLeon, Koblik de Leon, are going to be working very hard on behalf of the residents of District 2 and the county for the duration. I just wanted to use a couple minutes to actually speak to the most important people in this room. And those are our young student leaders who are here today. Could you raise your hands, please? Yeah, okay. You, all of you, people who are here today, you young people, you young women, you are the most important people here because you are the future. You have the longest runways ahead of you to make a difference. Your contributions will take many forms. They will touch many lives. I encourage you to seize every opportunity, any opportunity that comes your way, whether it feels right to you, maybe feels a little uncomfortable, and even a real stretch. Don't underestimate your ability to rise to the challenge and make a difference. So I am going to close with a poem Can you hear me? I'm going to close with a poem that an employee of the County of Marin wrote and read to us at the Board of Supervisors meeting this last Tuesday when we were recognizing Women's History Month. Kiana Davis works in the Department of Public Works. She's a leader of our affinity group, Kamea. She's an incredible writer, poet, and orator, so I hope to do her justice in reading this to you. She scribed this piece, which I think is perfect to share with you in this place, in this gathering, on this day, and in this month celebrating women and women's history. So the poem's title is called, When There's a Will, There's a Woman Who Paved the Way. Where there's a will, there's a woman who made a way. She changes history slowly, but surely, and day by day. Whether you believe in her or not, she continues to strive. She's not sitting as a bystander or a passenger. She's there to drive. Ordained with purpose, she's solid in her views. She doesn't come in one color. We have many hues. Where there's a will, there's a woman who paved the way. Where there's a will, there's a woman who made a way. Where there is a will, there is a woman who continues to make a way for hundreds, for thousands of women who are here with us today. Thank you.
That was a great segue. We are going to talk about the students next. Today we have over 30 student leaders in the room. This is over 50% more than we've ever honored before. They are representatives from almost all the high schools and College of Marin and Dominican. As honorees this year, MWPAC is gifting you a free membership to join our organization to network and learn more about women's rights and the action we take to elect more pro-choice candidates in Marin County. A reminder to all the student leaders that we're taking a picture directly after the program, and don't forget to pick up the proclamations from Congressmember Jared Huffman, State Senator Mike McGuire, and State Assembly Damon Connolly at the check-in table before you leave. Now, we'd like to give a moment to each student to introduce themselves, quickly stating their name, school, and leadership position.
Hi, my name is Sergi Chinta, and I'm a senior at Novato High School, and I've been a Marin Teen Goat Ambassador for 2 years.
Hi, my name is Jessie Raleigh, and I am the Student Board Representative for San Marin High School.
Hi everyone, my name is Noella DeFrenza. I'm a senior at San Marin High School. 3 years ago actually, I started my own climate change club at San Marin, and I'm currently working with a student from Novato High for an electrification resolution for MEST.
Hi, my name is Francesca Kaye. I'm a senior at Novato High School, and I am Novato High's student body president.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Mendieta. I'm a current senior at Novato High School, and I'm co-chair of the Marin County Youth Commission.
Hi everyone, my name is Mia Mincy. I'm a senior at Tammisville High School, and I'm a student representative for the Tamalpais 4th District.
Hello everyone, my name is Vidal Musa. I am a senior at Redwood High School, and I am the co-founder of Redwood's first Black Student Union and Muslim Student Association.
Hi, I'm Sarni Puri. I'm a senior at Redwood High School. I am the Senior Site Council Representative, the founder of Homework Helpers, and the 2023 Marin
name's Cameron Smith. I'm a senior at Redwood High School, and I'm our Associate Student Body President. Hello, my name's Sophie Mercer. I'm a junior at San Rafael High School. I am the Junior Secretary of ASB, and I'm also the president of the Daraja Club at our school, where we fundraise for a girls' academy in Kenya. Hi everyone, I'm Maya. I'm an athletics commissioner on San Rafael High School's ASB, and I'm also a commissioner for the Marin County Youth Commission. Hi, I'm Eva Fernandez. I'm a senior at San Rafael High School. I'm the vice president of the senior class, and I'm also the president of the underrepresented people in the STEM club. Hello, I'm Hannah Chamberlain, and I've been the class president for my 4 years at San Rafael High School. Hi everyone, I'm Marguerite Walden Kaufman. I am a senior at San Rafael High School. I'm our ASB board representative. I am a government liaison, the government liaison for MCYC, and I am the president and founder of our Black Student Union.
Hi, I'm Emma Purdue-Lowenthal from Tamalpais High School, and I am the ASB president and president of the Reproductive Freedom and Justice.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I am a junior at Tam High, and I am the Commissioner of Activism and Outreach, as well as the President of the Women's Union.
Hi, my name is Gabriella Hubricks. I am the senior class president, as well as the president of the UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital Junior Ambassadors at Tamalpais High School.
I'm Celeste. I'm a senior at Terra Linda High School. I'm the vice president of the Nicaragua Service Project, and I've been an AVID for 4 years.
Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn Herrera. I'm a senior at Terra Linda High School, and I have been a part of the AVID program for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Susanna Rival at Terra Linda High School. I'm a senior, and I've been in the Marin School of Environmental Leadership for the past 4 years.
Hi, I'm Colette Treewater. I'm a senior at Terra Linda High School, and I've been in the Marin School of Environmental Leadership for 4 years, and I'm a member of Site Committee.
Hello everyone, my name is Shana Lennox, and I'm a third-year student at Dominican, and I'm currently the social media manager for DSA, which is our Dominican Political Science Association, and I'm also one of our student ambassador captains.
Hello everybody, I am a fourth-year student at Dominican University. I am currently president of Ignite, a political movement dedicated to empowering young women in politics. I am also the Bay Area Regional Director of the California College Staff.
Hello everyone, I'm Sophie Kim. I'm a second-year student at Dominican. I'm the president of DPSA, which stands for the Dominican Political Science Association, and also I'm the vice president of Ignite.
Hello everyone, my name is Guadalupe Castañeda. I'm an AB 60 student advocate where we work alongside Canal Alliance, Marin's Public Defender's Office, and Legal Aid of Marin, where we inform and assist undocumented people to attain their driver's license.
Hello everyone, my name is Anaya Sears, and I'm a senior at Archie Williams, and I've been the site council representative for 2 years now.
Hi, my name is Georgia Debo. I go to Archie Williams. I'm a senior, and I am the student trustee for the TAM District Board, as well as in PR.
Hi, my name is Audrey Poster, and I'm the senior class president at Archie Williams High School.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlie O'Neill. I go to Archie Williams, and I'm a senior, and I'm our school's Associated Student Body President.
Now let's give it up for all the student leaders in the
Before introducing our first speaker today, I'd like to remind everyone about our raffle and invite you to buy some raffle tickets. Okay. There's a raffle table in the back with all the prizes. There's really awesome prizes. There's some vote necklaces
made by Millie Barrett.
Made by Millie Barrett, and there's lots of copies of different books by Rachel Maddow, Cassidy Hutchinson, and Eleanor Carucci. So please feel free during the event to go back there and look at the different gifts.
And we can sell tickets via Venmo.
Okay.
We have a means to...
Do you want to do it here?
Sure. And thanks to Susanna, we can take your money via Venmo. So if anybody said, I can't buy tickets because I don't know how to Venmo. So we can, and if you want to buy tickets, here's your gal. Thank you.
So tickets are 3 for $5, 7 for $10, 15 for $20. And you can just raise your hand and someone will come over to you shortly.
Okay.
All right. All right. So we all know that this month is Women's History Month. But did you know that it originated as a local celebration in Santa Rosa, California? Inspired by this, women's groups nationwide petitioned Congress for national recognition. Our first speaker today is retired Congresswoman Lynn Woolsey. She was instrumental in codifying Women's History Month in 1987. Lynn served in the U.S. House of Representatives for over 30 years, from 1993 to 2013. During her time in Congress, she was a tireless advocate for social and economic justice. She worked to promote universal health care, improve access to education, and expand workers' rights. She co-sponsored the Family and Medical Leave Act, which provides job protection for workers who need to take time off from work to care for themselves or their families. Without further ado, please help me welcome Lynn Woolsey. Thank you so much.
Well, hi, everybody. This is really wonderful to see you all. You know this is Women's History Month, so we're going to talk about that. But before then, I have to say, I thought I was in awe and honored to be sitting at a table with Miss Yee and Katie Rice, and then I heard about all of you. You young women are amazing. And you have to know that you've just begun. And the story I'm going to tell you starts with a group of women in 1977. Really, it started in 1975. How many of you were born in 1975? Yeah. See, well, I mean, so, know that back then, any one of us that were part of this may have had one of the expertise, one of the honorary meetings that we were part of. We weren't leaders in our schools. We weren't the president of the senior class. We were there. We were girls, for heaven's sakes. And but we made a change, and you're going to make such a change, believe me. But here's how Women's History Project began. Sonoma County Commission on the Status of Women was formed in 1975. In 1977 to 1981, I was the chair of the commission. And this is a woman with 4 kids and a job and worked and all that. Knew very little about politics, but knew where I burned in my belly, and I knew women weren't being treated right. So I applied to my supervisor, and he appointed me to the seat for the Petaluma district. Well, right away, it was just, the commission was just a year old when I was appointed. Our executive director, whose name was Nancy Belden, hired a woman named Molly McGregor. Molly McGregor was a SSU, Sonoma State University teacher, and we hired her through CETA. Everybody remember CETA? You young women don't, but it made a big difference in communities and nonprofits. Her goal was to write women back into history and to broadcast the achievements of women. So we couldn't stop her because she was on her way, and she brought all of us with her, all of the commissioners, because she knew way more about this than we did. So the first thing she did was in 1978, sponsored by the Sonoma County Commission on the Status of Women, Task Force on Education planned to celebrate International Women's Day in Sonoma County, not just Santa Rosa. So we picked March 8th. I think you'll recognize the meaning of that day. And we had several things. We had individuals went to schools and talked about women and history and talked really to thousands of young women for the first time in their lives. We had essay contests for young girls to talk about their local heroes, women heroes in our district. And we planned a parade in downtown Santa Rosa. That parade went down one sidewalk in front of Santa Rosa Junior College. But it was a success. It wasn't intended to become an annual celebration. But year after year, from that first walk down the sidewalk to blocking off a street, a whole entire street in Santa Rosa, and other organizations joined us, bands joined us, leaders in the community joined us, and we had people along the entire parade route cheering for women and for women's achievements. Committees across the country followed suit. I mean, they learned what we were doing. They copied and got in contact and knew that there was a model they could follow. And with the Board of Supervisors' approval, which at the beginning was probably a pat on the head, yeah, sure, you can have your parade on a sidewalk, to really getting their entire endorsement, in full support. And it went from that to a woman named Gerda Lerner, who was an international leader in women's history and International Women's Day. She caught on to what the Commission on the Status of Women was doing. And together, Molly McGregor was our representative, lobbied the Congress for National Women's History Week. Yeah, a whole week on the women of this country and this world. Well, President Carter signed a proclamation in 1980, and that week was honored until 1980. After that, and there was a lot of broadcasting of women's achievements and women's goals and the importance of women, and by 1987, The entire Congress was petitioned by the project, which started in Sonoma County. It was called the Women's History Project. They petitioned the Congress for Women's History Month to be the month of October. Well, that required, of course, congressional and the president's annual resolution. And so far, so good. Every year, we get to celebrate women's history. And we can't take it for granted, young women that are sitting here today. I mean, it's going to be up to you to make sure it continues. And we already know if certain people are elected president of the United States, we'll never have women's history again in our lifetimes. But we're not going to let that happen. You're not going to let that happen. And I just want you to know I have all the faith in the world of you. And all of you, you just are wonderful and you're doing so much. And that is just the beginning of what you're going to accomplish. And I thank you for that. Thank you.
I have something for you, so don't step away yet. Thank you so much, Lynn, for speaking to us today. As a token of our appreciation, please accept this Breaking the Glass Ceiling pin to recognize your years of service and dedication to women's rights.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I do need to make a correction. I was elected in 1993, so I wasn't there for the 1987. And I was your Congresswoman, Marin in Sonoma County, for 20 years, not 30 years.
Not 30. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we take a picture really fast?
20 years is a long time.
It is. Sorry, I got that wrong. She wants a picture. Our next speaker, Betty Yee, is the former California State Controller. She was elected in November 2014 following 2 terms of service on the California Board of Equalization, the nation's only elected tax commission. Re-elected in 2018 for a second term as controller, earning the highest number of votes of any candidate nationwide that year, Betty was the 10th woman elected to statewide office in California's history. She serves as vice chair of the California Democratic Party. Please welcome Betty Yee.
Thank you very much, Laurel. Good afternoon. And let me first just say what an elevating afternoon it's already been. To Kate, thank you for your model of service. And I can't think of a better way in terms of how to really pay tribute to your service than to just really honor you in front of our emerging leaders of tomorrow. And it's really an honor to be among all of you today. You know, we are celebrating Women's History Month, but I want to just say to retired Congresswoman Lynn Woolsey, you know, she's very modest about her record. She was a trailblazer. Let's make no mistake about it. Not just here in the district that she so really represented well, but also on the floor of the House of Representatives. I mean, for someone to bring her own lived experiences to that floor and to champion some of the most progressive policies that have uplifted women and families to this day, Lynn, we can't thank you enough. And we're going to be sure that those protections and rights aren't eroded as we continue to fight together and renew our commitment on this International Women's Day. So thank you so much for all your service. So many of you know I'm kind of the money lady, right? So, and you know, as controller, which I really have considered to be such a privilege to have served in this role, And as I like to say, my training for that was mining the books from my family's laundry and dry cleaning business on the west side of San Francisco growing up, immigrant parents. And my mother is going to turn 101 in April, but for her to actually see her daughter within a generation become the CFO of the fourth largest economy in the world, how cool is that, right? But money drives everything in our lives, right? And so what I want to just kind of focus on this afternoon is the theme of this International Women's Day, which is investing in women and accelerating progress. You know, it is really sad that I think about, this occasion every year about how still we're not equal and how still the fight continues. And I think this is going to be the fight that we're going to continue to fight every single day of our lives until we have full recognition. We still don't have the Equal Rights Amendment ratified yet, but that would be a good first step. But when we look at just what's at stake with respect to everything around us today, and not just here in Marin County, but really around the world. And this is one of the greatest things about Lynn's service, but all of your service, and that is what we do here in California as a global economy really has reverberations around the world. And so when we talk about investing in women and accelerating progress, it's no surprise that many of the challenges that we face today in California are even more deeply felt around the world. And so as we make progress here, we know that we can be really a shining example and model about how other societies can progress as well. And so I think about, just what is happening in this environment in which we're all doing this work right now. And for our young student leaders, thank you. I wish I could say that what you're going to be facing tomorrow, that we paved a path that was easier for you, but we're going to be standing right alongside you because we are all needed in terms of this fight for equality. When I look at how the whole movement of diversity, equity, and inclusion is under attack, by just the conservative right, and really stigmatizing the things that we so value. Gender equality, looking at liberalism in terms of being able to be respectful of different viewpoints in our educational institutions, on our college campuses, looking at, critical race theory as a way of how we bridge understanding, among different communities. All of these things are being stigmatized by the conservative right. And this is not meant to be a political speech, but it's meant to be a reality about the, unfortunately, the misinformation that we are living around, that surrounds us today, but also how we, as we put ourselves forth, can really be the trust builders about what is really going on in the world, right? And this is where I just have to say, with respect to Congresswoman Woolsey, as we do this work, the great thing and why I have such faith, and as we heard the student leaders introduce themselves, and we'll get to know more about them as they continue their leadership, and that is we bring our full selves into this work every single day. And, what you see is what you get. I think women have this unique ability of where, our lived experiences are what shapes, what is needed in terms of solutions, strategies, and policies that are going to help not just uplift the women's community, but uplift our whole economy and society and have, as I said, influence around the world. And so I'm actually happy about this topic of investing in women and accelerating progress, because for so long we have talked about just what are things that actually could help women advance. And we've been talking a lot about economic mobility. I'm actually dialed back and thinking about economic stability. Mobility will come, but you need stability first. And there's so much challenging us here today, and particularly here in California. We all love this state. I know that. But it's also a very, very difficult state for all women and young girls to be in, or to think about themselves having a future here because of the high cost of living, and certainly just affordability issues, across the board. But we also know that if we don't just look at how we get to the bottom of some of these issues in a systemic fashion, so not just checking off a box that we've addressed, affordability in some way, but that this really stems from policies that we all had our representatives put in place. And no surprise, a lot of those representatives were male. And so we women now have kind of a different perspective about what is actually going to help us advance as a society and as an economy. And so I like this attacks on DE&I, and I will just say, when I served on the public pension boards when I was controller, CalPERS and CalSTRS, we did a lot of work with companies about DE&I. diversity, equity, and inclusion. And what I always found kind of interesting was that for a lot of private sector entities, this really was something kind of strange and new. And yet we know that when we focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, it actually does reward companies with better performance. And so as we do this work, I think part of this is just really being sure that everyone around us understands the values of what inclusion means, understands the value of what diversity is. And frankly, I like the fact that recently we've been seeing DE&I being flipped to ED&I, that equity comes first. And I think that makes sense in terms of really recognizing that there's value in diversity, because the work doesn't stop at diversity, but that equity really at least acknowledges that we do have many members of our communities who started at different places in society. And that when we have diversity, yes, we bring those voices together, but really inclusion is what the goal is. And so I know all of you are committed to continuing the fight for societal and economic inclusion. So as I look at just what women are facing today, and I think for so many, the marker of the pandemic was really something that we continue to look at as a guidepost. You know, what happened pre-pandemic, what happened during the pandemic, and what's happened since. And many of these issues that we're facing as women and girls really existed before the pandemic. But it really came into stark reality during the pandemic, and particularly as it relates to just some of the economic issues around work, around earnings, around the supports that women need, and just the policies that really haven't worked in terms of being sure that economic inclusion is available for all women. And what I really am hopeful of is that we have such a richness of treasure trove of experiences to draw from, that each of us had our experiences pre-pandemic and during the pandemic. And as I look at certainly my role as controller, I have the unique opportunity from that perch, as I like to say, to see how well our economy worked or not, and also how well the state of California responded to needs around the state or not. And we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. But here's why I'm hopeful. Because when we actually talk about what our experiences have been, we know that we recognize each other as being whole people, so that partial programs or programs that touch one aspect of our lives don't necessarily really meet the challenge that we're all facing. We also know that, I know this to be true, I've been doing this work for almost 40 years, but I know this to be true, and that is when we have a richness of fiscal resources, we probably are going to coast along and not be as innovative as we should be about how to utilize them. We now have a budget deficit at the state of California, and I probably shouldn't say this as a former controller, but I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that we finally get to actually talk about how we do things differently. I'm thrilled that we get to talk about not inventing another new program to layer on top of things that may have outlived their usefulness. I'm thrilled that we actually are going to be informed by frontline communities in terms of what works so that we can have true solutions that will deliver results. I'm thrilled that we are going to have, hopefully, more accountability and transparency going forward because this deficit is not going away in a year. And so all of that to say we have this tremendous opportunity, and I can't think of a better place to start than the women in this room and the young leaders in this room to give voice to all of those experiences that are going to be with us for a while. Are going to be with us for a while. But why haven't women really advanced? And when we talk about investing in women, is it always about dollars and cents, or is it about other policies as well? And I would say it's both, but let me just talk a little bit about just some of the things that I think are really attendant to why women have continued to be just kind of held back. So as a general matter, over the last 40, almost 45 years, we've seen productivity just skyrocket through the roof, but yet wages primarily have remained stagnant. And I remember speaking to a friend of mine who heads up the hotel union workers down in Los Angeles, and just dozens of hotels on strike. And she's turned to me one day at a picket line. She said, "Are we going to be at this every single time a contract is up?" To which I said, yes, because we're making up for almost 45 years, right? But also being smart about what it means in terms of this work in the future. What is the role of technology in terms of being able to assist the workers in this industry, which is just such backbreaking work? What is the role of actually some of the other attendant economic policies, whether it be childcare, housing, just work flexibility, those kinds of things that actually could be really instrumental in terms of how women get ahead. But all the policies that we have seen have made some progress, but it's actually set us back quite a bit. And so what I'm particularly excited about is that we are going to have likely a record 55 women out of the 120 legislators in Sacramento who are going to be able to focus on this work. And what I'm also excited about is that to a person, to a woman, regardless of your socioeconomic background, regardless of your racial or ethnic identity, regardless of your gender identity, and just looking at across the board, these issues are universal. These issues are universal. And so when we look at what has held us back, it is just having costs really outpace what we're earning. Right? Now, granted, we entered the workforce much later, and so we had some catching up to do, but obviously prices, inflation, all of that has started to have more of a toll on women. We saw that the basic supports of educational attainment as well as childcare and some of the other supportive services are continuing to be eroded, so that women who want to be full participants in the economy are finding it more difficult to do so. And in fact, when you think about women's participation in the economy, it is the fact that we are primary caregivers, right? If we're not doing that for a profession. And we also have to budget our household. We have to balance our household budgets. So we feel the squeeze very, very acutely, right? And so what I am very hopeful of is that the lessons coming out of the pandemic we can all give voice to. The idea that we can have flexible work schedules, that we can work remotely, not unpredictable, which means don't cut our hours, but be sure that we can still earn a living with living wages, and being able to at least have the flexibility to provide that care. Really looking at how we can have a national leave policy so that we can have finally the dignity of what it means to care for a loved one, and have those policies work in our favor. To look at how we bring more financial education into the lives of women. You know, this was a huge focus of mine when I was controller. Everything from how we develop a budget in with our own personal finances to how we invest so that we can actually make a return. And we know that when women invest, we generally put back a greater percentage of our returns into the community. So this is all for the good. But also looking at how we really uplift the faces of women in our politics, and so that our economy can have the face of women going forward. As Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi always says, when women run, we win, right? But also the economy, when she talks about when women are uplifted, everybody wins. And that is so true. That is so true. And so I know, and no doubt, we all felt it when the student leaders introduced themselves. We have the power to create change, and we, my goodness, have the grit to create change. And we ought not let up. This is tough work. It is work that will require, really digging into just how things are working now so that we know how to change them for the better in the future. It is about getting into systems and really understanding how systems work or don't work for us. It is about embracing technology. We're not running away from it so that we can actually have the tools to help facilitate and, frankly, accelerate progress. And it is also about being sure that when we talk about equity, that it is not going to leapfrog any community anymore. This is something that I think we've allowed to have happen. And I just want to pay tribute particularly to so many of the women in my life on whose shoulders I stand, because they have waited for so long to really see the reality of equity in their lives. And these are women who are descendants of the unfortunate history of oppression and slavery in our country. And when we think about just how long they have waited for this change, the idea that they still are feeling a lot of the old policies, work against them. So much of what we are experiencing in terms of home care is really based on domestic work from the Jim Crow South. And we have so much more progress that we can make in that arena. But for all of them, I just want to say thank you, but we are ready to fight, and you are going to see equity in this generation, right? So let me just conclude by saying, obviously, Marin County, why I love Marin County, the women leaders at every level, And we do have really a unique perspective on how we look at things. And it's also for the long term. And I hope that as we embark from this day of celebration of International Women's Day, that we think about the impact that we can have in terms of what we do here and how it can be felt across the globe. And it is something that I think about every day. It's something that I try to just think, how can I kind of model that, in terms of what we do here? And I'm just thrilled that all of you are here to renew that commitment, but also to know that your influence will be outsized in terms of the impact, not just here, but what will be felt around the world. And then I would be remiss if I didn't just say that I will be a candidate for governor in 2026. But make no mistake, we have an election cycle in 2024 where we need to get our good candidates, endorsed candidates elected. And so my role as vice chair of the California Democratic Party, I just came back from Porterville with the Get Out the Vote effort there, where we are hoping to take back the top targeted seat in the Central Valley. But this is how we are going to make progress, to be sure that we have our allies, at all levels of our decision-making institutions. But also, make no mistake about it, I'm running to do the work. Roll up my sleeves, and this is about what we all can bring to the table fully, with our lived experiences every single day, making a seat for every one of those voices, because we know, and this is where I know women will excel. I believe wholeheartedly in the whole concept of proximate leadership, and that is those who are closest to the issues and concerns that are lived by so many are probably the best architects of the solutions and strategies. So, ladies and gentlemen here supporting us, get ready. Thanks so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Betty, for speaking to us today. And as a token of appreciation, please accept this Breaking the Glass Ceiling pin to recognize your years of service and dedication to women's rights.
Thank you so much.
So as we close today's event, I'd like to take a moment to thank our programs committee and everyone who helped put on this event. Thank you to the staff of the club restaurant for serving us today. Thank you. Remember about the membership card on the table. We currently have over 107 members and growing. Everyone is welcome to join our organization. And finally, we'd like to invite you to our upcoming general membership mixer on Thursday, April 25th, starting at 5:30. Thank you so much for attending our event, and have a great day.